Welcome back to the PPL here in this main court in Miami Pro Padel League. We are on live and I'm really happy to present the next game between SanDiego Stingrays and Toronto Polar Bears. So let's go with the presentation first. The women of SanDiego Stingrays, Brittany Dubins from USA and Lucia Sainz from Spain. The women from Toronto Polar Bears, Marina Aguinar y Victoria Iglesias from Spain. The men from Toronto Polar Bears, first SanDiego Stingrays, Maxi Sanchez and Miguelito Lamperti from Argentina. And the men, Toronto Polar Bears formed with Coqui Nieto and Javi Barahona from Spain. Enjoy the game.
The start of our final series of the day. There is a whole lot of blue out on the court right now between the Toronto Polar Bears and the SanDiego Stingrays. Two teams that are set and ready to perform here in Miami. Coming from two different climates, but nonetheless, this is all about the Ultra Paddle Club and the perfect conditions you're about to see. Big names on the side of the Toronto Polar Bears between Coqui Nieto and his partner, Javi Barahona. They picked up a massive win on day number 1. The team ultimately lost to Miami Paddle Club. However, their match win against the team you just saw of Tapia and Sainz actually picked up the win in their men's matchup. So they're playing at an exceptionally high level this week. The Toronto Polar Bears are rounded out by the women's crew. That would be Victoria Iglesias playing alongside Marina Aguinar. And for the SanDiego Stingrays, a couple of absolute legends on their side. Miguel Lamperti and Maxi Sanchez, the former number 2 and number 1 players in the world. For the ladies, it's going to be Lucia Sainz playing alongside Brittany Dubins, product of Miami. Warm-up still getting ready and getting set. Ultra Club here has seen an influx of those coming to hang out and watch the world's best paddle players. There's a look at Barahona. Javi Barahona, currently ranked in the top 60 in the world. As an individual, he's a champion in Spain in 2014 and 16, runner-up in 2015, 5-time Madrid champion. He was the #1 player from Spain in 14, 15, and 16. Continues to improve his game. There's a look at one of the icons in the sport, Miguel Lamperti, part of the SanDiego team. 45 years old from Spain, former number 2. But they call him the showman. He will absolutely wow you. Playing alongside Maxi Sanchez, these two playing some top-tier paddle. With as much experience on their side, they've played in just about as many big-time matches as you can muster. They call Maxi Sanchez the shark, tracking you through the water. The New York Atlantics and the Houston Bolts still in a current matchup out on our grandstand, as they are looking to send that to a mixed doubles competition that would ultimately be the decider. But these two teams, through the first handful of days, putting in some good work. SanDiego Stingrays 1-2, while the Toronto Polar Bears are 1-1. This is what might feel like a must-have situation for the Toronto Polar Bears to be able to go 2-1 in their group. For these PPL events, we have the first 4 days of a round-robin format, more matches than ever before, and especially in a single given day for these athletes. Oftentimes playing 2 series, which for some might include more than a single match. There's a look at Maxi Sanchez, 37 years old. And a look to all 4 faces. Coqui Nieto, Javi Barahona, Miguel Lamperti, and Maxi Sanchez. Over the past 3 days, we've seen both of these teams pick up some big-time wins and have incredible performances against their opponents. The rest of these rosters rounded out with some really solid names as well. Corvo Blanco with the SanDiego Stingrays. He's now moved to Southern California. He's a former #1 in the United States. He's sitting on the bench giving the insights. This is a team, though, that's been so fun to watch on the side of the SanDiego Stingrays because they've truly encompassed the camaraderie, the spirit of this team format at the PPL. From one match to the next, you're able to dive into some of the great insights and adjustments that you can get from those with more experience than ever before. Lucia Sainz, also a former world #1, a part of the SanDiego Stingrays roster. There's a look at Coqui Nieto from Spain. He'll be playing that left side, the backhand side. Currently ranked in the top 20 in the world. He's been a 2-time semifinalist and 6-time quarterfinalist in his international ranks. Plenty of smiles coming from Coqui Nieto. So fun to watch some of his defensive ability. Just when you think that ball is not going to come back, Coqui finds a way. Time for the coin toss. Lamperti's already got everyone laughing in this one. Coming into the day, watching these white and gold groups come to life. It was all about the Los Angeles Beat and the Miami Paddle Club, as those are 2 teams that remain unbeaten. We just saw the first match for that series of play go in the direction of the Miami Paddle Club. They look to improve their winning record to 3-0 as you now look to Javi Barahona. He's going to be the force to watch out for playing on that right side. He's a lefty, so have dueling forehands in the middle. He's going to be the one to try and impart his will from the overhead side. The gold group is a little bit more of a tussle. That's on the opposition, the Las Vegas Smash, as well as the New York Atlantics in that group, both with 2 wins. Maxi Sanchez, the Argentinian, plays that right side, and at least in this event he has. Traditionally, he's been a backhand side player, and however, alongside Lamperti, he's given him the honors to play the left side. But Maxi Sanchez has just been so steady playing alongside Lamperti this weekend. Playing his role to perfection, stepping in when need be, looking to find some more offense, but this man has just been so deadly. The showman out on the court. Again, these teams playing for a $150,000 prize in this first event, over $1 million, largest prize purse the Pro Paddle League has had in its infancy, just 2 years in the making, this Pro Paddle League. They opened up the doors and increased the international allotment to our team rosters. There were also 3 expansion teams added in 2024. New York Atlantics being one of those 3 additional, as well as the Houston Volts and the Florida Goats. The Goats having a little bit of a struggle in this event number 1, trying to find their first win still. It's been a series of surprises as well as some outstanding play from the top teams. The Arkansas Matrix stunning a few teams along the way. The Toronto Polar Bears putting up a good fight. No surprise there. They faced off against the Florida Goats late last night. Final match of the day. Taking home the 2-1 win. Could be an interesting last day tomorrow. Could be an interesting day tomorrow, though, to finally close out who will be atop the gold and white groups and who will move on to the semifinals. So take a look out to the grandstand now. The Houston Volts and the New York Atlantics, part of the other group that we were just mentioning. That would be the gold group. 7-5. And the first
Good afternoon. Welcome to PPL.
great chase
The following match.
by Ustero out on the court. The 16-year-old sends that off the wall and into the net. Andrea Ustero playing alongside Virginia Riera. On the other side, a chance to see Claudia Jensen. Great to see her in action playing alongside Lorena Rudolfo in the second set right now. The New York Atlantics with the lead 5-1. They also won the first set 7-5, like I mentioned. Currently 15-0.
Welcome to PPL. Following match.
New York Atlantics looking to close out this women's match
Toronto
on their own serve.
SanDiego Stingrays.
30-15. This would be a big win for the New York Atlantics as their men's duo actually lost in a super tie break to the Houston Volts. So this would even the score in terms of the series 1-1.
Regular chair from SanDiego Stingrays. Miguel Lamperti and Maxi Sanchez.
Riera sends that off the glass. Rufo, well done on that left side. Ustero, saw her in a mixed matchup last night. She came away with winner after winner, as she does here as well. .40-15 now, a match point for the New York Atlantics to make this mixed doubles matchup that much more important. New York Atlantics sit at 2-1. This would be huge, taking home a match win, making them 3-1. Not so fast, they'll have a couple chances here at match point. The Atlantics have the day off, as this will be their final series in the round robin format. Match point, New York Atlantics. Sent up to Riera. And a second time now. A better ball. Grabbing that before the glass. Rufo with a big swing right at the foot of Ustero. That brings us to deuce and a golden point. Next point wins. Still a match point for the New York Atlantics. and the Atlantics finish this off. Ustero with the management. To the fence, tough bounce. Space created through the middle. Consistent, controlled, that's all Riera. There is the match off the golden point. Ustero and Riera sending this series to the mixed doubles competition with so much on the line. New York Atlantics and the Houston Volts now tied up 1-1. A mixed doubles competition still to come. Championship court about to get underway between the Toronto Polar Bears and the SanDiego Stingrays. Our men's match to be played on this court. Just awaiting Miguel Lamperti and Maxi Sanchez. Javi Barahona and Coqui Nieto wait this one from the bench. Team supporting them just behind. Sun beaming down, 6 o'clock local time. Fans have grabbed not only their food, but also their drinks and are heading back to their comfy seats in our stands. VIP section situated here at the Ultra Paddle Club, just between our championship court coverage and our grandstand. Fun chance to get a look at the world's best paddle players. Just walk past that VIP section, you might just run into Ari Sanchez or John Sanz. Lucia Sainz also so fun, the former world #1. Everyone always with a welcoming smile. There's a look to the VIP section. Everyone ready to kick off this final series, day number 3. Through the first 3 days, we've had some ideal conditions. The heat has just been next level, around 90 degrees. Humidity high. The play has been insanely fast thanks to the humidity and heat. In this match, we actually had a chance today to slow things down a little bit due to some rain overnight, trying to dry off the courts. Started about 2 hours after our anticipated time this morning at 10 a.m. Kick things off around 12:30, 1 o'clock. Everyone waiting patiently now. They get a chance to enjoy the cooler temps this evening. I'm sure everyone's on their phones just saying, hey guys, tune into the PPL right now. Match is about to start. What a great event. What a great host, the city of Miami, where cultures blend. The energy, the vibrancy, and a sure love for this sport called paddle. So you go from the current #1 to the former #1 here at the PPL. That is Maxi Sanchez. Miguel Lamperti was a massive signing. The news broke just before the All-Star event last year. We knew we'd get a chance to see Lamperti on the PPL turf. Maxi Sanchez starts with the serve. Fantastic bajada. Flattens that, looks for the middle. That's 2 straight. 30 love. What an extension from Sanchez. Thought there was no way he was getting there. And for the second time. Sanchez nearly had his knuckles to the carpet on both of those saves. But there's the strength of Barahona. Good transition from the Polar Bears. Through the legs, Lamperti. Fake smash. Sanchez is just standing at the glass. Fantastic ball. Toronto showcasing their ability to transition back to the net. 30-all. Such an explosive volley from Sanchez. Lamperti trying to find the smash from the back end of the court. Didn't quite get the kick he was looking for. Chance to break for the Polar Bears. Oh. The force. That is just on the edge. Check this out, the break for Toronto. Ball just in bounds. Barahona showing his athleticism. Always nice to start a set with a break. Toronto quick to switch sides. Ready to roll with their momentum. Nieto. The volley got away though. Just one popped up volley, creating some havoc.
50 love.
Another strong arm, Barahona.
50 all.
Seeing multiple smash winners already. They're going to have to try and stay away from him or play the ball lower. So far, he's red hot. A lefty playing the right side.
Second serve.
Forcing these two to have to play the ball low through the middle. Lamperti just went full Superman.
30-15.
Airborne with a full dive out the door. He's quick to get back up. Playing the ball through the middle right now on the side of the Polar Bears is a dangerous proposition. Dueling forehands are making them work. (40-15). Second serve. Error from Barahona.
40-30.
Coming across, it was the right time to find the poach. Fake smash. Gets too large of a bounce. Off the glass, Nieto ended up on the ground. Sanchez avoiding the cameraman.
In Toronto, Toronto leads 2-2 for set.
Sanchez trying to make sure didn't end up sitting on the bench. We're gonna have a conversation about whether there was a need for a potential replay. However, not the case. Lost the ball to the railway just behind us.
No estuvimos haciéndolo así el otro día. Listo, chicos, estamos. Vas, ¿no? Dos, ¿qué sería? Cambio solo dos, digamos.
No balls.
Sí, dos de
2-0. A hold for the Polar Bears. Tough serve right through the middle. Oh my.
15-all.
Found an alleyway. And a minute one at that. Sanchez back on his comfortable side. Watch him go to work. And he does. Put him on the left, and he is that much scarier.
30-15.
(30-15) for the Stingrays, still looking for their first game. Lucky with the short return. I think it came slower than SanDiego expected it. Forcing Nieto into his corner. Nieto apologizing as he just put some damage on his own partner. Beautiful point construction from Maxi Sanchez as SanDiego picks up its first game.
No me pasa más por ahí.
Por eso, sí, sí. Cuando hagamos de pared, Barahona, de la red, está así. Tirarle un globo rápido, largo. Si yo te digo muy... Hablaros mucho porque digo... Sí, porque creo que me fue a mí y
yo aparecer en la...
Exacto. Cuando aparecemos tenemos que ir en ventaja porque yo ahí yo cambié. Sí. Y si queda difícil, se la aflojamos. Pero no
entré en una muy buena después de tu...
Sí, sí, sí.
Y Barahona
No.
Continuando to serve.
Toronto with the early break. 2 hold
Full.
sets. Oh, cutting that off, Maxi Sanchez. So much more force, Barahona through the air. Right location for Maxi Sanchez. Toronto Polar Bears having a conversation about the balls being used. Change of pace, Sanchez has to take that before it gets to the glass. And then the light touch, so tough.
30.
Lamperti doesn't believe the bounce he just got off the glass. Had the paddle open face ready to find the lob. Creating time and a bit more. Contra Pared. Oh, and it was just a hair too long for Maxi Sanchez.
Toronto lead 3-1 first set.
Toronto finding their own hold.
Maxi Sanchez to serve. Low 15.
Challenge on that first volley. Toronto's almost welcoming up to them up to the
Low
net,
30.
and forcing the ball over the top. Paddle all about creating opportunities, finding space. Lamperti coming across Sanchez, ducking underneath.
30.
Lamperti goes for it again and is effective again. Polar Bears thought it was going to be a por tres, stays inside of the cage instead. Really tough ball. Sanchez on the backhand side through the
30
middle,
point.
trying to scoop underneath that. Moment to strategize. Lamperti finds the back of Barahona.
Golden point.
Brings us to deuce and a golden point. Check this out.
Jorge to receive.
It's like running into cannon fodder. Fighting it off. Lamperti, no way, finds himself up against the umpire. Unbelievable. Lamperti has to check his hand.
Game Toronto. Toronto lead 4-1.
One of the best recoveries we've seen today. Unfortunately, it doesn't go the direction of the SanDiego Stingrays, and Lamperti's looking right now as if that actually did quite a number on his hand.
Mental grinder, please.
He is looking rather uncomfortable right now, holding his hand, that pinky, on his right hand. That definitely drew some blood.
Sí.
They're gonna stick his hands directly into the cooler. They've already called for the trainer. That also might be the shot of the tournament from our production team. Team taking some time to check on him. Geez, that's just the toll this sport can take on you. Physically daunting, working around obstacles. It's just astonishing what these athletes are capable of doing. Cabo Blanco having a few extra words with Lamperti. Meanwhile, he gets checked out. They're going to take some time to actually have the conversation in terms of the strategy they'd like to unfold. Immediately, Lamperti came up, wincing. Barahona and Nieto awaiting on the bench. They already earned a break, up 3. 2-1. I'll take a second here just to give you a little update. Reminder too, the New York Atlantics and the Houston Volts were in that deciding mixed doubles competition out on the grandstand.
No, bien. La uña y acá, al costado.
Now getting checked out by our trainer.
¿Qué?
¿Habla español? I can wrap it up for him if you want to go.
Sí, te lo puede vendar si es necesario.
¿Tienes mucho corte?
No,
Que te pongan el
solo me duele un poquito nada más.
¿Te duele?
Acá me duele.
Sí, anda, escucha.
So meanwhile, while Lamperti gets checked out right now, I'm getting joined by a special guest and somebody that's actually a part of one of the two teams that's out on the court right now. Brittany Dubbins, thanks for joining me so much. This has just been a fantastic start to the first PPL event of 2024. I mean, what an honor to be a part of such an incredible organization. But what has this been like from the athlete's perspective? How fun is it to get a chance to play in this kind of environment?
Oh my God, it's so fun. Playing against the #1 in the world yesterday was an unbelievable experience. And just being around Miguel Lamperti, Lucia Sainz, Maxi Sanchez on a day-to-day, they are such great teammates and teaching us and just, I don't know, making us feel like we're really a part of a family here. So really, really thankful for the opportunity for the SanDiego ownership group. It's been amazing.
Well, and you mentioned it, you got a chance to play against Ariana Sanchez yesterday, and it feels like every time you step on the court or even next to your team, there's an opportunity to gain experience, to gain advice. What are some of the tidbits that you've been able to take away just from these early stages?
Yeah, so this is, I mean, a lot of the times they talk strategy with me. Yeah. So yesterday was super windy. So definitely on one side you wanted to hit really deep, extra deep lobs, and the other side it's like you tapped it and the ball flew. So definitely a lot of strategic things. Obviously Ari and Marta Talavan have so much experience, so a lot of respect for them. But yeah, it's been really fun.
And then talk to me about this current matchup, just a chance to see the former #1 and 2 in the world in Maxi Sanchez and Miguel Lamperti. We just saw how tough Lamperti is having to face off and finding the umpire stand, and not a pretty one at that, but just a really tough opponent here for the Toronto Polar Bears to have to face. What do you like so much about getting a chance to see the #1 and 2 of the former?
I mean, their communication is unbelievable, and they seem to gel super well. I know it's been an adjustment for Sanchez for playing on the right
opposite side. Yeah.
Right. But I feel like once you're at that level, you can do anything, and it's just amazing the way Miguel moves on the court and his overhead. I mean, he can smash it from anywhere. So this is a lot of fun. This is some of the best paddle we're going to see.
Now, give our audience a little bit of your background, because you got a chance to play tennis at Miami, but where are you originally from?
I'm from Miami. Yeah, born and raised here. Played for the University of Miami, and then did law school. And then I did a master's in sports law in Madrid, which is where I discovered paddle and fell in love and started playing. So,
what was your first experience like in paddle? Did you feel like the transition from tennis was easier, or had you grown up playing paddle as well?
Yeah, I never grew up playing paddle. It's been sort of learning as I go. Definitely the walls in the beginning were like, what is this?
Do I really have to play with this thing?
Yeah, it was an adjustment, but I feel like it's super addicting. So you just start setting up a lot of matches, and it was like really social for me in the beginning, and just meeting people in Madrid, like a new country. There it's like really common to have like a beer after the match.
That's my game plan after these as well.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of paddle in a single day, but man, it's time to celebrate once it's over. It's a beautiful sport to get a chance to see and witness. I think one of the things that's new and kind of challenging to try and educate an audience about is just how athletic and dynamic this sport truly is, and the amount of vision that it requires. Like, there has to be countless hours spent on the court understanding where the ball's going to bounce, not just off the carpet, but off the glass, where your court's positioning should be. Where do you feel like you're currently at in terms of your own development?
Yeah, honestly, every time I get on the court, I'm learning. So that would be, I'm like a student of the game. I think my best part of my game is definitely being at the net, and my overhead, I like being aggressive.
Yeah, you got plenty of power, Brittany. That is not a secret.
Yeah, but definitely, you know, in the back, always improving back there and learning from the best. Like Koki, I mean, his unbelievable defense.
Oh gosh, so fun to watch.
Gets so low on the back wall. I'm like, I don't even know how he saves half of them. So yeah,
makes sense. Well, right now it's 5-1 as the Toronto Polar Bears are just within striking distance of set number 1. And I've checked you out on Instagram. You got a great Instagram following. You have amazing fun reels. You get a chance to see all the fun ins and outs of the sport of paddle. So if you aren't already, go check out Brittany Dubbins and see what she's putting out on some social media. If you love paddle, you're gonna love this page.
Thank you. I have fun with it.
There's no doubt about that. So again, 15 love now. The SanDiego Stingrays looking to find a second game here. There's that defense, but a little too much on that last and final block before it got to the glass. 30 love now for the SanDiego Stingrays. And here's a great look. This is Brittany Dubbins, camera one alongside. And this is the face you want to look for, not only in terms of what she's doing on social media, but also for the SanDiego Stingrays squad. And I mean, imagine playing alongside Lucia Sanz, too. I'm sitting there going, alongside a former #1. What has she been like in terms of providing energy, insight, support? I mean, you have to be able to just soak it all up.
Oh my God, she's incredible. The best partner I've ever played with. Just the way she communicates with me, she's so positive, so smart on the court. She like analyzes the game amazing. And I feel like she keeps me relaxed and also pumps me up at the same time. So I'm so thankful for every minute I'm on the court with her.
Yeah, she's also just comes from the tennis background as well, so it's probably nice she played tennis in the United States at Fresno State. So you guys have a little bit of connection in that regard too, just a little different time periods, but nonetheless, it's got to be so freeing to have someone like her alongside you. Right now, though, this is looking a little dangerous. There's a good shot.
40-30.
That would be Koki Nieto.
100%. We were talking about that we have that college tennis background, so we're pretty fiery. And we know what like being on a team is all about. You know, and a lot of it is also supporting from the sidelines when the guys are playing, being vocal. So I'm a cane, so go Canes.
I like it. Well, you got the home team not too far from here, and there is a game for the SanDiego Stingrays. It's okay if you want to cheer a little bit. I mean, that is your team.
Let's go. Let's go, Miguel.
So currently,
never count them out.
Never count them out. 2-5 right now. It's they got maybe the second set going their direction a little bit further, but nonetheless, Brittany, I'm going to let you go, as I'm sure you're probably getting ready here shortly, right?
Yeah.
You've got a match to play. Do you want to give me just a little bit of insight, though? Tell me, that's one of the things I'm so desperate to know is how do you game plan? Like, how does this work in terms of a scouting report? Because with new partnerships, it's not like there's necessarily film or that much film. What is that process like right now?
Well, Lucia pretty
knows
much
everybody.
knows everybody.
Yeah, that's fair.
So she gives me like the match analysis before, and then my idea is just getting a good warm up and just trying to keep unforced errors low.
Limit the unforced errors.
Yeah.
I like that. So that's part of the freedom, right? You got Lucia who's stringing points together, and your job is just to finish the points. That's got to be so fun to play with.
Yeah.
Well, it's been such a joy to have you join me. Thanks so much. I got a chance now to have a little bit more of a conversation while a great match is underway, but I'm going to let you go, Brittany. Thanks
so
for
much.
joining me, and I'm sure anytime you want to come back, just come back and hang out with me.
I'll be back.
I love it. We got some more to go.
Jorge Nieto to serve.
Now Now back to the action. The Toronto Polar Bears up 5-2 here. The chance to serve out the set. Lamperti flattens that. There's probably a little hesitancy as he looks to go back through the door. Great to have him back out there, though, after that scare with the umpire stand. Lamperti. This time lobs down the line, and it is a stunning ball. Sanchez back to the left. Right now straddling the center line. Closing the net. Fantastic point from Maxi Sanchez.
15-all.
Sanchez. Potres recovered though. Slow ball. And Barahon's back. Trying to find that left shoulder of Sanchez. Trying to fly across. Well done though from the SanDiego Stingrays.
15-30.
Here's the recovery from Barahona. Power from Sanchez. Unreal speed at the net. Great dueling volleys. Sanchez, Potres, recovered again. It's out of bounds. It doesn't get much quicker than that. Second time, a great recovery from Barahona, except for the final ball, just a hair too long. Break point, SanDiego. Turning one way, then the other, Lamperti. Oh! Headshot. That's what happens when you're trying to find some pressure with your court position. Little volley finds the ear of Barahona. Two teams trying to draw more blood.
Maxi Sanchez to serve.
Break on the side of the Stingrays. Even if they don't take home this first set, momentum has been built on the side of the Stingrays. Having been broken that first set, that'd be so tough. Sanchez going into the wall full force. Continuing to look for the Potres on the side of Barahona. Beautiful kick smash from Sanchez. All that topspin, it hits the carpet, hits the glass, and just propels itself outside the court.
30-15.
Watch out, here come the Stingrays. 30-15. Just mistimed it.
30-all.
Dale aquí. Dale, Miguelito.
40-30.
Forced error on the side of Toronto. Not the time.
In SanDiego, Toronto lead 5-4
San Diego
for set.
finding their
Time. To serve.
Polar Bears up a
Renewables.
break. Chance to serve for the set.
Local team. $50.
15-all. Hooking Nieto. Finding the glass instead of the carpet. Oh, beautiful redirect on the volley. Nieto forcing that down the line. Well done.
30-all. Fall.
Diffusing that overhead. Another point on the side of the Toronto Polar Bears. 40-30. Time for a set point. Toronto.
Second serve. Deuce, golden point.
The miss brings us to a golden
Maxi
point.
Sanchez,
Had a handful of them here in set number 1. Break point opportunity, set point opportunity. Nieto losing his footing yet again. His feet can't keep up with his own speed. Barahona finishes with the volley. Set number 1 belongs to the Toronto Polar Bears. A fantastic job closing down the net. Barahona with the backhand volley right through the middle. From one shot to the next, the Toronto Polar Bears have put themselves in a fantastic position. Head to the bench, get replenished and get set for a second set. There's been plenty going on around the tournament. This round robin, the first 3 days. We're talking about the New York Atlantics, who have been in action on the grandstand as well. Facing off against the other team in bright yellow, the Houston Volts. 5-3 in this mixed matchup, the decider, as the New York Atlantics dropped the men's matchup. Ramiro Moyano and Lucas Campanolo having to face off against Pablo Garcia and Francisco Guerrero. That went to the super tie break. They lost 7-10, so the Houston Volts won there. They won the men's matchup. Then it went to the women's matchup, but it was all New York Atlantics. Virginia Riera and Andrea Ustero in just 2 sets, 7-5, 6-1 to Claudia Jensen and Lorena Rudolfo. So now it's all about this mixed doubles matchup.
Maxi Sanchez to serve.
For this mixed matchup, Lucas Campanolo and Andrea Ustero, who we saw in a mixed matchup last night, they looked fantastic alongside one another. For the New York Atlantics, facing off against Marta Caparros and Pablo Garcia. Far side of your screen, the New York Atlantics. Just 1 set is played in this mixed doubles competition. New York Atlantics up 5-3. Oh, and the miss from Ustero. $15-30 now. Sends this to the side. Campanolo taking his time. Patient point here. Make it 15-40. A chance for a break for the Houston Volts. Miss on the return.
40 long.
Marta. Another good serve from the Atlantics. Fake smash. So soft. That brings us to a golden point and an everything point. Match point, series point, golden point for the New York Atlantics. Campanolo taking the time to talk to Ustero, figuring out exactly where they want this first volley to go. Gonna have to wait for the second serve.
To serve.
For the series. Awaiting the bounce and attacking. Crashing down Campanolo. Finding the top of the net. Time to celebrate for the New York Atlantics. They take home the victory and the series. 6-3 from the mixed matchup. That's a big win for the New York Atlantics. They needed that for group play. New York Atlantics improved to 2-1. The Houston Volts 0-2. After the Houston Volts took a loss last night to the Las Vegas Smash.
30-15.
And a loss to the Arkansas Matrix as well. So now actually they're at 0-3, back to the championship court. Houston Volts, known to be one of the youngest teams. Drafted a roster well below 25 years old. 6-4 the first set score here on championship court. Now into the second set.
Game Toronto, 1-all, second set. Miguel Lamperti to serve. Love. Three off.
'Lamperti chasing that and finding the backside of the net. Point to the Stingrays. Point to Lamperti.
4-off.
The expression of Coquinieto after that. Complete disbelief. Adios. 2-1 now at the SanDiego Stingrays. Head to the changeover. Up by 1.
No, atento estoy. Por eso, tiro por abajo la primera y después.
Para mí Barahona que no vale.
Claro, si las chicas están jugando, nosotros estamos haciendo la suya.
Tranquilo, Coqui, ¿eh? Estamos bien, va.
Pero también hubiera sido lógica que las chicas...
Time. Gabriel González Barahona to serve.
No breaks here in set number 2. Calculated smash from Nieto as he works his way. Couple topspin drive shots. And then just pulls that back across his body, finding the glass.
450.
Plenty of strength coming off of Barahona. Off the glass and sending that through the middle.
15-30.
That's what happens when you both want it. Gonna need a new ball after that smash. Completely flattening
30-all.
it. Koki Nieto. 30-all. Trying to find the block is Maxi Sanchez.
40-30.
In paddle, you've got to find that off those smash before it hits the glass, because once it does, that ball is gone. You're not going to have a chance to find it yet again. There's that much power coming your direction. You have to beat the ball to the glass.
Fall.
First block good, second block not so much.
Toronto.
Toronto with the hold.
Second set. Maxi Sanchez to serve.
Sun starting to set here in Miami. Beautiful backdrop for this day number 3. Duck and cover for Maxi Sanchez. Wow, what a save, Barahona. Tough ball off the top. Stepping out of the way. Koki Nieto and Barahona moving his body away from the ball to let his partner have a shot at it.
15.
Watch this. There's the recovery, turns into a lob. This is the final play. Nieto stepping over the top of that. What a bandeja down the line.
Low 30.
Barahona has been wildly efficient with his smash. Finding winners more often than not. I swear, Maxi Sanchez's serve has created quite a bit of destruction. From one match to the next, it seems like he's coming up with missed returns often. That ball didn't go for Barahona. Great defense. Barahona on the left. Oh, but there's the defensive display.
30-all.
Down love 30, now 30-all. SanDiego Stingrays fighting hard. One more time. The lefty sends it into the VIP section.
30-40.
Toronto, break point.
Use golden point.
Lamperti finds an answer and brings us back to a golden point. Break point still on the side of Toronto. High ball. Not enough vertical. For Barahona. The strength of Maxi Sanchez bringing them back to the top. 3-2.
El resto y la otra, No, el resto estaba perfecto. Ahora, cuando hemos jugado por abajo, se nos queda fácil y tiramos más nuevo. Está año de 10, Pues han activado todos los globos. Muy bien.
Está muy bien también.
Sí, sí.
Y cada vez que eso,
Pasa que cuando estás trabajando aquí,
Time. Jorge to serve.
Fake smash, and it is a solid one. Barahona all the way standing at the service line. Great control as he checks down to the other side, recognizing both the Stingrays at the net. Right time. A forehand volley to a backhand volley, cutting off the angles and taking away time. Lamperti. Matrix move from Lamperti. Hit the deck. 30-15, that ball was good. Tough ball. Great defense again from Nieto. Drop from Lamperti. Everyone loving this one.
3-all.
The Midas touch. How he just turned that into a lob, I have no idea. Like a saucer, double recovery for Barahona on the same side, and the point to the Stingrays. locked in right now. Unbelievable fight from the SanDiego Stingrays in this one. A chance for a break. Stingrays. The Stingrays coming away with a break as Lamperti is trying to cool off his partner. And he's simply just too hot right now.
Miguel Lamperti to serve.
Down a set, but now up a break. Lamperti, the quick footwork to get all the way to the right side. Lifted over Sanchez. Wow, that was athletic. Crowd behind the Stingrays, really getting into it just above the top. They're making some fans right now. Stays within the rally. Well done as Sanchez was able to at least get a racket and send that back. Lamperti was ready to pounce. Por tres from the other side. Both the polar bears end up outside the court. Toronto looking now at a chance to break. Keeping the ball low right now. Polar Bears. Playing the extended point and finding a break. They just called that of the SanDiego Stingrays.
Que era contra y era pegada, perfecto, 15 iguales.
No, ese fue en el 15 igual. Ahí nos pusimos 15 igual.
No, ¿qué más da?
No, ya, pero no sé en qué me apuré.
No, el Coqui nos sacó bien de globo dos veces, pero aparte podía levantar la Barahona, viene fuerte, yo una también de parecía, bueno.
Time. Barahona to serve.
From one break to another. Toronto trails 3-4. Oh, that came off the side glass so hard.
Goal 15.
Keeping the pressure on Lamperti. Finding Sanchez now at the net.
50-all.
Trying to loosen that grip is Lamperti.
30-15.
Rolling ball from Barahona. Barahona continues his dominance on the right. (40-15), Toronto Polar Bears.
Game Toronto, 4
And
against
the
all.
ace
Second set.
from Barahona. That ball, so much depth, exactly in the corner towards the glass.
Maxi Sanchez to serve.
4-all. Right now using the glass as a prop. Backhand flip. Maxi Sanchez telling Miguel, slow things down. Found Coqui Nieto running to the net. The right placement for Lamperti.
50 love.
Check this. Sees him coming in, takes the spin off, or excuse me, takes the power off and adds the spin. Right at the foot of Nieto. Heads up play, Coqui Nieto.
50-all.
Sees Lamperti coming across the middle. A whopping gap in the cross court. Toronto Polar Bears still up a set. All they need is a second. Oh. Lamperti urging not only himself, but the rest of the crew around the court start supporting these SanDiego Stingrays. With shots like that, they should.
Time. All.
Massive moment here, 30-all, 4-4. SanDiego can hang on to this. Is a great way to keep the momentum rolling on your side.
40-30.
Lamperti looking to go up 5-4 here.
Use golden point.
We head off to a golden point.
To receive.
This feels like a must-have for SanDiego. They're up by. Actually tied in terms of the breaks here. Toronto with the most recent. Maxi Sanchez, tough ball. But an even better shot from Barahona, asking to hear the volume on the side of the Toronto Polar Bears. 5-4, the break for Toronto. Toronto up 5-4 after double break. Here's a look now to the grandstand where the Miami Paddle Club is facing off against the Los Angeles Beat. This is the women's matchup. The men's match went the direction of Agustin Tapia and John Sanz over Tolito, Aguirre, and Javi Leal. Now a chance to see the #1 women's player in the world, Ariana Sanchez. Playing alongside Taliban, Jessica Castillo, and Caro Orsi on the other side of the net. Marta Taliban playing that drive side, the right side. Two to 1, the Los Angeles Beat now. In set #1, golden point. Ariana Sanchez from one side to the next, works with the Chiquita on the second contact. Well done, Marta Taliban. Golden point their side. 2-2. Championship court also back underway. Toronto Polar Bears have 2 breaks on their side as they now look to close out the match. They're up 5-4 in the second set after taking the first 6-3. 6-4, excuse me. have to love the fight you've seen, though, from the SanDiego Stingrays here in set 2. Each time they've had their backs against the wall, they've come up with some brilliant plays. Sending us back to the middle. Ball skidding against the side wall. Ball out of bounds before it bounced. 30-all. Toronto just 2 away from a match win. Lamperti up 1 foot. Hops to find 40-30.
30-40.
Quick step, elevation, and the finish. Break point, Stingrays. Now they're going at Nieto. Cross court. Fends off or tries to fend off the Rulo. Lamperti can't believe it. He read it correctly. I think it was just a different tempo than he expected. Golden point.
Maxi Sanchez to receive.
Match point. Oh, what a protection and deflection. Golden point to the Stingrays. Maxi Sanchez and Miguel Lamperti. Even the score, 5-all. They just brought this Miami crowd to their feet, including the rest of their team. Koki Nieto, Javi Barahona. Need to find their own game here. Otherwise, they're going to be sent to a super tiebreak.
Miguel Lamperti to serve. Renewals.
What a performance from these two. What a show from these two. Sanchez looks to the other side. Oh my goodness. Nieto with an insane defensive dig, but Sanchez is getting real spicy right now. Up 30-love.
Going
right at the body of Lamperti. Lamperti tracking and demolishing. 40-15.
40-15.
SanDiego looking to go up 6-5. That shot, why he's one of the best in the world to have ever done it. An icon of the sport. He's going for it again. And he's successful again. SanDiego up 6-5 in set number 2.
ahora si no le queda para pegarle. Si se queda, te pega nosotros, no pasa. De Maradona jamás pegó de idea. Ya te juegas, no te pegues. Estás cómodo con vos porque sabes que no se la gana. Ahora tenemos viento a favor. Sí. Ahora tenemos viento a favor.
Time. Alonso Barana to serve.
You better be locked into this one. Second set turning into a spectacular performance from the SanDiego Stingrays. It's been double breaks on both sides of the net. And now Stingrays up 6-5 with a chance to close out the set. Force this to a super tiebreak. Once more, Barahona running out one door and back to another, still trying to get back onto the court. Maxi Sanchez has just been so scary.
$15.
$15. Lamperti with a cry as he's now up 30-15.
15-30.
Gosh, if the Stingrays were able to win this on a break, I don't want to know what the super tiebreak could look like for those two. All energy and all fire on their side now. Steadiness, control on the opposition. They're going to have a conversation about this serve.
$30.
30-all. Talking about whether that hit the carpet or the glass first.
$40-30.
Lamperti screaming to the skies. 40-30. This game moving quickly here, shortened points.
Full.
That one quickly called out. Great change of tempo. They're going to wait for this. Out of bounds, and score is now tied 6-all. We are heading to a tiebreak here in set 2. This tiebreak, just to 7 points.
Maxi Sanchez to serve.
Barahona trying to figure out strategy heading into this tie break. They earn the tie break here. They earn the match. 7 we go. Better watch out for that umpire stand. Already did some damage on the pinky of Lamperti. Rulo picked up. Fake smash. Law burns him the right to head to the net. Diving down Lamperti. Sanchez finds one. One after an extended rally. Sanchez almost serving as a doorman at this current juncture, welcoming his partner back to the court. Man, they've really changed the tempo here in the tiebreak.
2-1,
Slowing that
Toronto.
ball down through the middle, not giving Sanchez much of a chance to get back and cover that on the backhand. Down by 1, feels like there's a little bit of a silence. It's come over championship court. Took an extra second, slowed the momentum of the Polar Bears. Oh. Nieto finds the edge of the door instead of the opposition.
Cool. Net pressure.
Keeping the ball low against the Stingrays now. A single lob sent up until now. Finding their way to the net. Low lob. A fantastic point construction from the
3-2
Toronto Polar Bears,
Toronto.
now up 3-2.
Full.
Barraona's been serving that side glass. Plenty of depth. Send it to Nieto. Cutting off the angle. Sanchez so fast. And all of a sudden, the
4-2
steadiness
Toronto.
and the youth on the side of the Toronto Polar Bears go up 4-2. Toronto Polar Bears had plenty of control in set number 1. They earned the early break. An additional to find their 4th. taking it home, 6-4 in set 1. Set 2, breaks all over the place from both teams. Ultimately, got us this point, 6-6 in the tie break now, 4-2.
Fall.
The late call here from
Late
the
first
umpire. Fantastic reaction plays from the Stingrays.
4-3, Toronto.
Miguel Lamperti's got his entire team chuckling on the sidelines. Plenty of conversation.
Wait.
Sanchez. Sacas tú, Maxi.
Lamperti went with the serve, however, I believe it's supposed to be Sanchez on the serve.
Sacas tú, Maxi. Seguro.
First serve.
Nieto's wiping his shoes off on the glass. We've seen him nearly lose his footing 2 or 3 times throughout this match. Humidity has sure fallen. Slight stall from SanDiego. Nieto. Oh! An incredible angle from Nieto, holding it right to the last second. Lamperti had to move, cover middle. So that's just out of reach. 5-4 Toronto. Slight adjustment from Lamperti in his court positioning. Stay a little closer to that left side. Now he backs off, but Sanchez is there. But ultimately, Toronto through the middle, another solid volley brings us to a match point for the Polar Bears. Polar Bears have already had multiple match points. They fight off one.
6-5, Toronto.
Sacas tú, Miguel.
Slowing the game down just a hair longer. 5-6. Match point still on the side of the Polar Bears. Barahona crashes down and finds match point. 7-5 in the second, but there's no doubt those two were pushed by two legends on the paddle court. Toronto taking home the men's matchup, the first of this series between the Stingrays and the Toronto Polar Bears. Women's match still to come. Well, there's still a women's match taking place for other matchup, Miami and Los Angeles. But what an effort from Sanchez and Lamperti. Not to mention Koki Nieto and Barahona. These two have come away with some big-time wins as a men's duo. having taken down Sanz and Tapia earlier, and now taken down Sanchez and Lamperti. It's a fantastic tournament for those two. Coqui Nieto, ranked in the top 20. Barahona, the top 60 as individuals. Getting set for the interview. Javi Barahona and Coqui Nieto. We'll send it to our Javi Carrasco.
It was a great victory, an amazing game for Javi Barahona, Coqui Nieto. Congratulations, guys. So, first, Coqui Nieto, how is to play against two #1, two legends of this sport like Miguelito Lamperti and Maxi Sanchez? Coqui.
Well, I know Miguelito very well. He's a really excellent person. Maxi also, and they are really good players. Today, I think that my partner Javi plays amazing. I think he play alone. I have to play acompañar un poco, and well, really happy to win another match, and let's see the girls if they can win.
Thank you so much, Coqui Nieto. Javi, for sure, how important is that victory for you, for the team? Do you think that you are improving your level day by day?
Well, I think we play a good match, an important game for Toronto. Yeah, we're improving a lot. Thanks, Coqui, for the effort today because he feels a little bit bad. And also, congrats to Miguel and Maxi. They are fighters. And I'm very happy to win this match for Toronto. And let's see the girls.
Let's see the girls. Thank you so much, Javi Barahona, Coqui Nieto. See you in the next game. See you in the PPL Pro Padel League.
Coming up next, the women's matchup between these two teams, the Toronto Polar Bears and the SanDiego Stingrays. We'll have a chance to see Victoria Iglesias, Marina Guinart for the Toronto Polar Bears, as well as Lucia Sainz and her partner, Brittany Dubbins.